Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today is a full review from the brand Floreku, and the one I'm going to be reviewing today is called One Umbrella for Two. This is probably my favourite one that I remember. I did a first impressions in Dubai over a year ago, where I sat down with the sales representative and smelled the whole line drinking Japanese tea. This brand is inspired by Japanese culture and ideas of shadow and light, and so I smelled the whole line. This particular one stood out to me as being really good and very likable, kind of almost mass appealing in a way. I think this is the friendliest from the range. So we have a full sample set that was given to me when I was in Milan at one of the fragrance boutiques there. When we were visiting Sergio Momo, a Floreku representative was there as well, because that brand is stocked in that boutique as well. Very kindly gave me the sample set to review them, which is awesome. So onto the review of One Umbrella for Two. So this fragrance line, they all list 3 notes. They just give you 3 notes for all of the fragrances in the line. The 3 that are mentioned in this particular fragrance are Blackcurrant Absolute, with a type of Japanese tea and cedarwood oil. The type of tea it uses is one that I cannot pronounce the name of properly, Genmaicha, something like that. It's a Japanese brown rice green tea consisting of green tea mixed with roasted popped brown rice. So that's the specific Japanese tea that it uses. This one, when I first spray it, the opening is my favourite part of this fragrance. It's a fantastic opening. This is one of the nicest niche perfume openings that I've smelled in a long time. It's very, very nice. It has gourmand-like elements without being a true gourmand. But it reminds me a little bit of a bakery. It kind of has cookie, bakery-like tones. I can imagine beautiful cakes and cookies and biscuits and just really tasty stuff. So I get this sweetness, which is gorgeous. I don't know, I feel like the cedarwood maybe gives kind of the texture, and then the sweetness of the Blackcurrant Absolute, the way that it melds with the cedar, gives this illusion, and I think there's probably vanilla in here, although it's not listed, but that would make sense. That it kind of creates this gourmand-like cookie almost elements. You do get vibes of blackcurrant, but it's not like most blackcurrant perfumes on the market. A lot use these kind of cassis base materials that smell like kind of watery green blackcurrant on a bush. Joe Malone uses it in Blackcurrant and Bay, and the obvious one from Vagabond Prince Enchanted Forest. It's not like that at all. This is like, imagine a concentrated blackcurrant syrup. It's kind of like that. So you get kind of a dark, syrupy, concentrated version of a blackcurrant note mixed with these gourmand elements of kind of bakery and cookies, with this kind of mix of woodiness behind it that gives it a roughness and a texture. Very, very nice. I love the opening. Like I say, that blackcurrant note is a little bit juicy, although it's dark and concentrated, but completely different to any other blackcurrant note I've smelled in other perfumes. This one smells different to me, but really good. Very kind of addicting in the opening. That's the best part for me. Looking up the description of the tea note, the Japanese tea, it's described as tasting and smelling slightly nutty, slightly of like dried brown rice and slightly nutty, and I'm wondering if that element of that note that's used in this fragrance is partly what is giving it this gourmand-like quality of this. What comes across like cookies and cakes could actually kind of be this brown rice, nutty kind of characteristic that's kind of edible, mixing with the sweetness of the blackcurrant. Yeah, I think maybe that's playing a part, obviously, in creating this really lovely accord. but I don't directly smell green tea in the fragrance. That doesn't pop out on my skin. I don't really get a tea vibe. I get more of an edible bakery vibe. As it dries down, it doesn't really change a whole lot, I'll be honest, but I do get tired of it. Love the opening. Think it smells awesome, but it doesn't really change at all. And I find myself getting just a little bit tired of it. It would be nice if it developed a little bit, maybe, or I wouldn't even say it needs any extra nuances, because the opening is amazing. It smells fantastic. Love it. It smells great. I would recommend that you get a sample and have a smell of it yourself. But I get kind of bored of it, is the honest truth. I wouldn't change anything in the opening. It's amazing. It's really, really good opening. But after a couple of hours of smelling it, you do get a little bit tired of it. That's just personal opinion, I guess, obviously. I would say it's completely unisex, and it's colder weather, autumn and winter, quite casual. But you could, I think you could wear it out on a date, or just casually out day or night time, but in the colder weather. That's kind of, and completely unisex, like I say. In terms of performance, not so great on my skin chemistry. The projection sillage is soft. It is there, but it's soft. And the longevity I'm gauging around kind of 5 to 6 hours, which is not bad. It's not, but it's not like beast mode. You know, it could last longer, but skin chemistry dependent, you might get a lot longer than me. 5 to 6 hours on me, and it's kind of a skin scent and really tailing off. But does sit closer to the skin. But I think fantastic opening. It smells really, really good. I genuinely like it a lot. It is a little bit expensive, is the only criticism. From what I can work out, it comes as a set. It comes in a beautiful presentation box that you open up, and there's a bottle there. And from reading the description, it seems like the bottle comes with this beautiful kind of thing on top of it that's got artwork around it. I believe, and I might be wrong, but I believe this is the case, that is a travel atomizer that has actually a cylinder of 10ml perfume inside it. The bottle is actually separate with a normal sprayer. So you can use the normal bottle, 50ml, and you also have a 10ml travel spray in this beautiful presentation, but you can kind of combine them as a presentation piece, where the travel spray sits on top of the bottle. I believe that's the case. The actual pricing is £260 sterling for that set, which equates to $330 US. So it's upper tier fragrances. It's pricey. I'm not gonna lie, it hurts a little bit. But yeah, I would say don't blind buy. Obviously, it's very expensive blind buy. I don't encourage that at all. It's good. If you're interested, get hold of a sample, try and get the sample set. Yeah. If I could recommend one from the brand to check out to people the most, I would say check out that one first and then go on from there. Because in my opinion, it's the most easily likable one. It's the one that's going to tickle the most noses and going to get the most interest. It's kind of mass appealing. It's sweet without being too sweet. It's got that tastiness that kind of brings you back for more. It's kind of a good hook into the brand. I will just point out, I'm not a huge fan of Memo. I like a couple of them, I don't own any. And I'm not a fan at all of Hermetica. These are both two brands that are related to Floreku. It's all the same it's the same brand owners. They're under the banner of Memo. Floreku is the only one that impressed me from those brands around Memo and Hermetica. Floreku is the only one that actually interests me. I'm not a fan of the others, so to speak. Floreku, I smelled the whole line and I thought they were all pleasant. There was none that I thought were poorly blended. There's none that I thought were kind of bad fragrances. They're all good, they're all well blended, they're all tasteful, they're all interesting. They're all worth a sniff, so I would recommend getting the sample pack if you can get hold of it, even if you're not a fan of Memo and Hermetica like me. I'm not a fan of those brands, but I like Floreku. Presentation, lovely. Price, pretty expensive, but you're buying a beautiful presentation. and the tasteful blends. They claim to use a higher percentage of naturals, which I'm sure they do, but it's still pricey, let's be honest. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I will see you again next time with another one. Bye.